Time to feed the viewers. Oh yeah. Oh, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. And it's Monday. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. Yeah. Now what do we got here? Linux 6.17 RC5 release is on track, but Torvald calls out community on wasteful habits. Yeah. This like Linus throwing a tantrum here. It says on Sunday, Linus Torvald, head of the Linux kernel project, announced the 5th release candidate of the Linux 6.17 RC5. He said that development is proceeding normally with the same diff stats and commit counts. It says here, this week changes primarily consist of small patches, but there was a single large patch, a reverted D-Link Sundance driver, which Torvald called an oddity. Yep. Says here, this week's message from Torvald is quite a bit longer than usual, as he took the time to air a long-standing frustration with useless links. Says here, entitled in commit message, he criticized the practice, especially when these links point back to the original submission email, for wasting people's time whenever digging for context. Torvald said that he was complaining for years about this issue and says that links aren't useful for debugging or tracking bugs, contrary to popular belief. It says, so that he doesn't have to wade through links that provide no new information. Torvald has asked contributors not to use tooling mindlessly. If developers want to include links, they should only be added if they are genuinely useful, such as pointing to bugs report or discussion that provides context. It says, as for the 5th release candidate, we are getting quite close to the end of Linux 6.17 release cycle, as Torvald is complaining about pet peeves and not actual issues in the kernel. This is positive because it means the stable build may arrive after the 7th release candidate. And then it says, instead of an 8th RC, if nothing goes wrong between then and now, we can expect the new kernel on September 28th. And it says here, so far, all of the release candidate has been pretty stable. The fact that much of the development took place in August, the developers are more likely to be on holiday, could be a reason for the stability, as fewer contributions are being made. While this seems like a positive now, it could mean more. It could mean more issues will crop up later in the cycle and delay the release. And anything else? That is that. Any comment from the debaters? Let's see what we got. Anything? No comments? Nada? Zero. Yeah. So September, the full release of Linux kernel 6.17 is coming. But according to this, Linus was just doing his little pet peeve and little complaining that he usually do. And he wants to see some changes made with links, and that could happen, And also, developers, might be going on vacation, So, the 6.17 might get delayed if things pop up, or if more work needs to be done. So all you have to do right now is just wait and see. But for right now, Linux 6.17 RC5 It's just a little update. Now, there's an article here on Phoronix. I think Phoronix has an article on this. And let me see if I can pull up Phoronix here. Whoops, not Tom's Hardware. Nope, Phoronix. Where are you? On Phoronix. And let's see what we got. What they say about this too. Yep. Let's see. What's this? Anything from Phoronix? Yeah. Yeah. So much going on in the Linux Linux community. Let's see, 6.17. Let's see what they got. Linux 6.17 land fixes for upcoming Rust 191. And says here Linux says here coming in today as the Rust fixes ahead of tomorrow's Linux 6.17 RC5 release is adjusting support for the upcoming Rust 1.91. And then it says Rust for Linux lead maintainer Miguel Ojeda sent in the batch of Rust fixes for 6.17. The fixes are just preparing for the upcoming Rust 1.91 release. 2 changes to prepare for the future Rust 1.91.0 release, except 10-30 currently in nightly a target specification format change and a renamed soon to be stabilized core function. Then it says just a few line of codes change for making sure the Rust 1.91 compiler will be happy, or those currently running Rust nightly builds and wanting to build out the Linux kernel. Growing collection of Rust code conditional statements are added where need for maintaining the pre 1.91 support. And then it says Linus Torvald merged the code a few minutes ago. More details on the change coming to Rust 1.91 can be found via what's this, RS. Then there's 24 comments here, and let's see here see what I can pull up. Got to keep you Linux users in the loop. Nice little update too. Nice little update. That's what we got here. Tracking issues for release notes. 144081 Constable full support. Tracking issues for release notes. Add Windows GM mold VM host to manifest. Disallow shebangs in. Yeah. Tracking issues for release notes. What's this? Fixed drop scope for super let binding within if first, and then yeah, lots of updates. So it's a nice little update for Rust. Let's see what we got here. 24 comments. What do we got? Yeah, gotta keep you guys in the loop, man. See what these guys are yapping about here. Let me just read a couple of them. Let's see. Who is this? It says Ski said this isn't the feature and not a fix. Why is this accepted and other things criticized? Let's see what it says. Compiler support broken, need a fix. If they were working around the GCC bug, nobody would bat an eyelash, especially at such a small change. And then who is this? Current compiler support is not broken. This is new to support a failure compiler, not fix existing. So once again, this feature enablement, which should have been pushed to the normal week feature cycle. Yeah, commenters. But other than that, you guys are good. You Linux kernel users, just another update to the kernel. But the release is coming on September 28th. When that time show up, I'll read it to you. Yeah, so let me prep myself for it. So when they release it, I'll put it out there. But they should do for now. And see you guys next time. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal Star Wars Search Explain. Board Dark Side. Go. Peace.